Hello everyone. Here's a short tutorial on some great extra features I found inside Nearpod.com. Even though the kids are coming back to school soon, Nearpod could be a very useful tool for presenting material without taking up the short amount of time that we have in each of our class periods. Okay, first thing we need to do is open Nearpod.com if you don't already have it open. Log in, and then here inside of Nearpod, you can choose to create a lesson in a Nearpod, or you can edit or duplicate. So one of the nice things here, so I can come down and I can duplicate one I had from before and then edit that or change it. I can also export it as a PDF slide. There's report options you can go to, which we'll talk about shortly, and you can share with other teachers. But for this one, what we're going to do instead of create a lesson, I'm going to go ahead and just go in and edit. Edit this one of these here. So we want to click on the bottom left-hand corner of the box to edit. Click on edit. You can already see that I have multiple slides inside of here. If you double click on one of the slides, it'll open it. So if I double click on the first one here, it's going to pull up my first slide. I got a title, and then I got some bullet points that I have down here. And then you can change your themes on this side. And then down on the bottom on this side, you also have background, layout, audio, and preview. The feature that I really like is the audio feature. So you can click on that. You can actually upload an audio file to it, or the one that I like the most is doing the audio recorder. So if I click on the audio recorder, it'll actually allow me to replace current file. So I have one in there I could go, and then I just click here to start recording, and I can record whatever I would like that explains this slide. I'm not going to change that one, so I'm going to hit cancel on that to go back out of that, but that's one of those. Now, the next slide I have is one of my favorite features. To add a video, you can click on, and I'll kind of show you first before we come over to this one, add slide, and then the video, if you wanted a video in here, you can add it here. You click on it here. You can filter the results. So this will come up with all sorts of videos that they have pre-done. If you want to use some of those, you can choose them by subjects, grades, resource type. The one I typically use on this one is YouTube. The reason I use YouTube is my videos, or if I upload a video, usually don't have, you only got 100 megs of space. So YouTube, you can add whatever YouTube video you would like, even if you want to just search it. Let's say I'm working in my programming class, I want to do Python. I click on that, add that. It gives me options to, as long as I know that one of these is the one that I want to use, I can add that to my resource, or I can also just use my link that I already created in YouTube, post that here, search it, it'll pop that one up. I click on it. Once you click on it, then you have it available, and you can come down to the right-hand side, click on Save. Now, here is where magic happens on this one. So now that you have your video, the nice thing about that is down here in the middle, you see Add Activity. You have a couple options. You can open-ended question or multiple choice questions. If I go into the open-ended, just like it sounds, I can type questions in here, whatever I want the student to answer. I can give them details, however I want to put that out. I'm not going to show that one. And then if I have multiple choice, so you can actually add multiple choice questions. You can add more answers to that multiple choice. You click on the one that you want it to be the correct answer, and you have your question there. Either the open-ended question and or the multiple choice question is a great resource or tool for you to check for understanding, or actually just find out if the students watched the video. You can add an activity anywhere along the slide that you want to add it. Just stop there, hit the activity, and complete whichever one, and you're good to go. So I'm going to cancel out of this one and just go back to the one I currently already had. So if I double click on mine, and now if we look at this, you can see, so the blue right here shows where I set my activity. So right there I have an open-ended question that's on this one. Now I can add other ones. I could put one here if I want, or whichever, so you can have multiple ones if you have a long video. Let's cover one of the best features it has, and that is the reports feature. Reports, if you look on the left-hand side under My Library, you have reports. You click into reports. From reports, you'll see all the different presentations that you have created. And if you click on one of those presentations, it brings a drop down of the session. You can click on this session. That actually brings up all the data that you collected inside of that. It brings up what student was in, what they answered, if they skipped any of it. And then here you have all of your activities that you created in here. So open-ended, I'd be able to click down on here, and then it shows who answered it, who didn't answer it, and what their answer was from that. Time to climb, on that one, it's the interactive one, it would take you actually out to that, and then I can click on the questions I did have, I can also click on it and see who answered and what they answered, kind of judge, again, if they're understanding the material that's being presented. Come back to Nearpod reports, and then interactive video. Now here's the cool one. Again, if you click on class board here, it's going to bring you into the actual video. Now if this wasn't on there, if it was back here, all you have to do is click on the button where the blue button, wherever your activity was added, and that's going to bring up your answers. It shows you who all answered and who didn't answer. So a lot of times this tells me, okay, these students just clicked by the presentation, did not watch the video, which was something that was required for them to do. And then you can close out of that. Okay, I said this would be a short tutorial, so my apologies if I went over just a little bit. Hopefully that might help you somewhat. If it did, awesome. If it's something you can't use, not a problem either.